All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome. Today, I am joined by my very good acquaintance, Apu. Do you want to introduce yourself quickly?
Apu, I've known Dan for quite a while now. We work together at Google. I'm still at Google. Um, Mostly do Java work, so hopefully we'll be fixing some Java things.
Yeah, thank you so much because I know absolutely nothing about Java. I poked around at a bunch of Java apps. I had the team share some CVEs that we have tried to patch in Java, some dependencies that we've tried to update, and they sent over some tricky ones. Today, we're going to be looking at patching some CVEs in the build tool itself. So I pulled this up ahead of time. The build takes a while, so I kicked it off a few minutes ago just so we can have a somewhat productive stream to get this first build done. But we're actually going to be patching CVEs in Gradle itself. So here's what we did. I took a look at our Gradle image. We have a Gradle image, an official one at ChainGuard, Gradle, and scanned it with the gripe tool. And so we had a couple of things pop out in here. There are two CVEs in here. This should pop out when gripe finishes. Awesome. So one is in Bouncy Castle, which is a cryptography library for Java, and one is in JGit. So it's a library that handles dealing with Git operations. So there's two vulnerabilities in here that we haven't been able to patch yet. We try to patch all of the CVEs and vulnerabilities that we can across ChainGuard images, but it's a lot of hard work, and so sometimes we don't actually get to everything. Here are two that we're going to be trying to get through today. So to prepare for this, all I did so far ahead of time was clone the Gradle repository. So we have VS Code fired up with Gradle in here. Did some searching to find out where we're going to have to be doing some bumps. And got a build kicked off inside of a Wolfie image. So we're at about 70% now, it looks like. The first build of Gradle takes a long time. There are no changes applied to it. We're just at the 8.5 branch in Gradle, which is exactly how the Gradle package inside of Wolfie itself is built. I'll show that build configuration really quickly as well. So this is the Gradle 8 config that we use to build Gradle. There are no real patches applied to this yet, but we'll be applying some. We use OpenJDK 11. And we build Gradle with itself. So Gradle distribution's full, and we build a zip file, and then we unpack into different directories. So there are no patches applied here yet. We're going to figure out how hard it is to patch these two vulnerabilities. Oh, and the build for Gradle finished, so we should be able to jump in pretty quickly. Let's take a look at these two first, just to give everyone an overview of what we're looking at. This first one is Bouncy Castle. So it's a vulnerability in some type of LDAP thing. And it looks like there are kind of some fixed versions available. Gripe doesn't know about it. We have 1.68 installed, but it does look like there's some fixes at 1.74 maybe. I can't really tell because this 15 one doesn't seem to have a fix. Do you have any idea what this means? Why there isn't one for this 15 thing, but there is for 15 to 18?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they just don't patch that one anymore. Or...
Okay. Is there a different version for each JDK or something like that?
I think you can use like certain features in the standard security library.
Let me see. So if we click on the CVE, it says it was fixed in 1.74. So maybe we can try to update it. Maybe there isn't one though for this. We can dig in there if we want to. Here's a commit, it looks like, that did this fix. So worst case scenario, we could always just build our own version of this thing, this fix applied. But we'll get to that one later. The first one we're actually going to start with is this JGit thing. So this is a JGit CVE. Let's see what this is. Arbitrary file overwrite. So this looks like a way for a malicious repository to compromise your remote file system during unpacking a Git repository. So for something like a build tool, this one actually seems somewhat relevant. We're going to have to update our JGit. Here's the commit that fixes the issue. When checking out a file into a working tree, make sure that everything is actually below the parent. These type of attacks happen all the time. All right, we've got Gradle built. What should we try first? How do I patch stuff? Look for the string somewhere.
Yeah, you can look for the string. Sometimes it's in the build file. There's other places you can put it in Gradle. They have like a common versions file, but this one is just in a build file directly.
All right, let's restart VS Code to get my Gradle plugin working. So does that look like it? This thing here?
Yeah.
Just change that to this thing?
I mean, I think so. I don't know
Is
how
it
much
that
of an
easy?
API change they could really make. In JGit, it's been pretty stable for a while.
So just try the build again and see what happens.
Yeah. What happened here?
Let's see. Here we go. I was running that from inside of Docker, so it's slow. It's probably checking the entire file system. Yeah. Let's see. This is a big repo. All right. Yeah, cool. Just that change. Just try the build again and see what happens.
Yeah. I mean,
is this going to be somewhat incremental, or is it going to take 10 minutes again?
it should be incremental.
Nice.
Unless like something way deep.
All right, we got some breakages. What does that mean?
Oh, you have to like rebuild. Since you changed the dependency, all the like locks changed.
So what do I do?
It says dependency verification failed, so you have to rebuild the dependency file. Sorry, let me look at the exact.
So in Go, you have to do something like a Go mod tidy or something like that to update the lock file. Is it kind of the equivalent here?
Yeah. What is it called? Dependency checksum.
Write locks?
It's not write locks. Lock file is different. These are checksums of
Update locks, not locks. Refresh dependencies.
I'm gonna write the verification data and
Write verification metadata.
I think what you want to run is this command. Yeah, write verification metadata, but you need to write the keys and the. Oh, that's private chat. Is there a public chat?
I don't know. I don't really have a screen share either. What should I search?
I'll send you.
Write locks? No.
How do I send you messages?
Just tell me what to search for.
Search for Gradle verifying dependencies.
This will help everyone else figure it out too. This line here?
Yeah, so go there and then search for PGPs, comma, SHA-256, I think.
Yeah, okay, so do this.
Yeah, so this should rewrite the verification data based on the current dependencies.
Cool. And then I can do the build again.
Yeah, I wonder if it's how much of a change it'll make.
I don't even know if I have PGP installed. Will I need it?
I think there's a Gradle native PGP handler.
Perfect. So are you patching CVs in your spare time this week while you're on vacation?
No.
This is the only time you're doing it just for us?
As a favor.
Thank you. There was a fun CV that came out a couple of days ago. I'm sure you'll have to deal with when you get back. The SSH one. Have you seen anything about this?
I've been on vacation.
It has a cool name. It's called Terrapin, but somebody found a protocol level vulnerability in SSH. So every implementation of SSH has to get patched.
Wow.
Yeah, so all the clients and servers and lots of fun. There's probably a Java native SSH client, right? JSSH, SSJ. I don't know. Git uses SSH, so that's why it popped into my head here. The JGit stuff might also have SSH in it. So what is this doing, and why is it taking so long?
It's basically finding all your dependencies across all projects, writing their checksums down, grabbing their PGP public keys, writing that down to disk, and then
Fun.
yeah.
Yeah,
So you can see if signatures or checksums have changed.
I see. Maybe we're almost done. Does Maven have an equivalent to this?
There's a third-party one in Maven. I think Gradle kind of integrates it natively into into the system.
Oh wow! So I'm downloading like gigabytes of data right now. You can see this with Docker.
Yeah. In Maven, there's a third-party tool made by someone, but it can't resolve like core components of the system. So like you can't verify the plugin system. You can verify your project's dependencies because it executes at the level. Well, I mean, I think you might be able to get the checksums, but you can't verify pre-build. So if something like executes before you can do a verification, something might happen. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure there.
Fun.
I just know Gradle does it more natively to the build system.
Fun.
Yeah.
Still downloading. Another gigabyte has come in. What's it downloading?
Yeah, it has to download every dependency of everything, all the test dependencies, and literally just everything. And Gradle's a big project. We should have done this pre-work.
Oh man, we tried. We tried. All right, maybe it's done.
CPU slowing down.
Downloading public key lookup.
Yeah, so it has to grab all these public keys so it can verify signatures.
Terrible.
But yeah, that file. So if you go into the project, you go into the subdirectory Gradle.
Is it like going to be changing a bunch of stuff on disk?
Yeah.
Let's see what changed on Git. Okay, a couple files here.
Yeah, it should be verification metadata and verification key rings. I lost the stream. Yeah. So yeah, that's just where it stores. And so when it runs verification like before build.
Yeah. Maybe we're almost
done. Diff those. I think that if you diff those, it's pretty small.
We just need to download the entire internet to generate it. Yeah, so it's just a bunch of keys that changed.
Yeah.
Cool.
And if you diff the verification metadata, it's like an XML file with
stuff fired back up again. Something changed maybe? No? Oh man, just to verify a few signatures.
Yeah. I mean, you can you can skip verification if you want to like
that sounds
move this along. But yeah, see, it's changing.
We gotta be close to done. We'll give this another minute or so. Fun times. While we're in here, maybe we can skip ahead a bit and see if there's a reason they haven't done this yet. I like to look for issues for these things.
They may have already updated it at head. It's unclear.
I don't see anything yet. What's the easiest way to see the version at head?
What was that build file that we had open before?
Build.gradle.kts.
In build commons. No, not here. Go back. Go up to build commons.
Build logic commons?
Yeah. And there was another subdirectory in there.
Oh yeah. It is build platform.
Yeah.
No?
JGit's not updated, and I don't think BC Prof is updated there either. Is it?
Hey, yeah. Nope. All right, we're done. So now I can try to do the build again?
Yeah.
All right.
I might redo from the beginning, but I don't know.
Self-proclaimed not Java expert.
Well, okay, so here's the thing. Gradle does incremental builds a lot better than before and better than Maven. Like, you don't normally run clean against Gradle, but
Okay.
I mean, this build is also very complicated.
Yeah.
Gradle build files are like executable, so
Turing complete build files. What do you prefer, Gradle or Maven? Let's get interesting here.
I mean, I work with Gradle, so I prefer it, but
Okay.
there's no reason someone shouldn't be using what they like.
It worked.
Yeah.
Cool. Ship it, or are there tests or something?
Ship it.
Are there tests?
I mean, Gradle W not going to do anything. You have to. I think install this. Can you run the install this, but do dash dry run?
This thing?
Dash dry run. Yeah.
So you think test run?
It should tell you everything that's run.
A bunch of stuff got skipped.
No, skip just means they're all skipped because it's the dry run.
Okay. How do I... Do they have tests? Let's look up how to run tests.
Yeah, I'm sure they have tests. Gradle is
testing? Tests. Where would you look here? Contributing. Testing. All right. Quick test.
Yeah. Let's try a quick test.
Just like that. What's the sub project?
Well, quick test. That's just running on the thing you changed.
Okay. This is cool.
You should do quick test without the colon.
Just Gradle quick test.
Yeah, that should run on everything.
Nice.
Everything that has it.
So slow test.
Well, I mean, every subproject that has quick test will run.
Okay.
Quick test is what I mean.
This is cool.
But the colon scopes it to the project, the root project.
I see.
And then, like, project name colon will scope it to that project name. But without a colon, it'll try and match it to anything that has it.
Cool. So if this works, we will generate a patch. Got a bunch of stuff in here. Got a bunch of stuff hanging around. And then we'll rebuild this into a new version of Gradle, and we can test the scan and everything and make sure that it comes back clean. Let's do...
And then do you push fixes upstream?
Yeah, so... Oh, something broke. What do you think this means?
I have no idea. Oh, did it run out of memory or something?
Yeah, maybe. I might have to restart Docker. Let's see. How much memory do I have? Where is that stuff hidden? Settings. Resources. Oh yeah, 8. Crank that up. Yeah, let's apply and restart. And then we'll get back into that image so we don't have to. All right, got a bunch of images here. This looks like this one. I think we'll still get the volume mounts. Yeah, okay, cool. Quick test. And then we'll also fire off that build again to get a package that we can scan and see the CVE. and then a package so we can see the difference. Yeah, so normally our flow here is if the project wants these kind of contributions and takes them via PR, we'll send them. So I'll do a little bit of research to see if they take dependency bump PRs from people, because sometimes they don't, and then they get annoyed. If they do that, then I'll send the PR, but then we'll also send a patch directly into Wolfie, so we don't have to wait on that.
Cool.
Yeah, so this one should take, I don't know, 6 or 7 minutes without the change, so that'll happen at the same time. And I'll walk through kind of the flow of how we generate that patch so we can get a different build right after. Okay. Source, github.com. What do we call it? It was in Gradle. Gradle?
Yeah, Gradle.
Cool. So here are the changes. Cool. So you just use git diff to generate a patch file. Patch, I'll just call it bump jgit. .patch. We will make dir Gradle 8 if that doesn't exist. Okay, cool, it does. What's in there? Let's get that fired back up. All right. Now we'll move the patch. Cool, so that should be in there. Cool. Looks like there was just an empty directory before. A bunch of patch changes there. It doesn't seem like as many as I thought there were a second ago, but oh yeah, no, there's more. And then what we will do is change this to add a patch directive. We'll bump this thingy to 1 as soon as this build finishes.
So there's something weird, not weird, but interesting in the diff is the verification metadata item that changed was not for JGit itself, but the key for JGit is actually scoped not to a specific version. It's just to JGit org, the org group, and the artifact itself. This must just be a new dependency.
Ah, cool. So this looks good.
Or a new key. Let me actually see. Java EWH.
Google code changed. Was that you?
So there's a few versions of this file, and I don't know if they all have the same key.
So a couple things changed, or a couple tests failed, not too many. Most passed. And normally what I would like to do here is make sure they all pass first.
What is
native?
Can you open the failing test?
How do I do that?
There's you could open that file. I don't know how you would.
It's mounted in.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's this thing.
Yeah.
And then just like open that
in a browser.
Yeah. %. That's an A.
-A-.
Stat a file in an unreadable directory, stat an unreadable file. So some of this could be because of the weird way we're running it inside of Docker.
Yeah. Are these like can we run the test pre-patch?
Yeah, so normally that's what I'd like to do. We have the patch, everything built. I don't think we need that anymore. So let's, might as well save it, I guess. Yeah, so let's do, I'll just, on my normal file system, stash. Cool. All right, so now we're back to golden state and just run this again.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Who among us hasn't had failing tests at head? Let's see. It's working though. This is fun. Now I'm a Java expert. Update my LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Great Gradle core contributor. Do they like tests? Do they like patches like this? Let's see. What was this file? Build Logic Commons, build platform.
Yeah.
They take some changes here.
5 hours ago.
Yeah, they seem to take bumps. What do these PRs look like?
Yeah, but is Jean Andre TA, is he a core contributor?
I'm not going to let that get in my way.
Yeah, he works at Gradle. Yeah.
Let's see this guy.
Face Windu, that's such a good name.
Also Gradle. All right. So we should send them a PR. Do they do PRs, I guess? Let's see.
I mean, I usually file issues, but mine are issues I don't know how to fix.
Yeah, okay.
I think you can send a PR. If they say no, they say no. Whatever.
Yeah, okay. So even more stuff is failing before that. I think we got a higher pass rate. All right, let's
they all seem like file access things now.
Yeah.
So whatever.
All right, fork it. We're contributing to the open source community. Git remote-v. Nope. Git remote rm origin. Git remote add origin. Oh no, I need the SSH version. Here we go. Add upstream. Gradle. Git status. Are you still there, Pooh? Did I lose you?
Yeah, sorry. My brother's making oatmeal.
All right. Here we are. Let's stash again. Is it main or is it master? Let's see if this still applies clean. Cool. Let's bump JGit.
I think you should at least reference
Yeah. Just trying to find the what did I do? What did we bump it to?
Oh man, it's some crazy number.
I know. Let's just rescan it so we can reference the security advisory as well. All right. Test failed even without the change. So I think we're good. Actually, more of them failed without it. Yeah, way more failed, but also the same ones. Yeah. Okay. I'm happy. Let's see what happens in CI. Okay, so we bumped it to this, and it was to patch this advisory. I'll take this.
I think. I wonder if Gradle like short circuits on some test failures. Let me see. Yeah, there might be. Yeah.
What's up?
We might need to like configure something to like run all the tests, but
CI is probably the best way. Huh.
Yeah.
All right, pretty small change. PR fired. All right, so that build of Gradle passed locally, the old one. So let's scan it and see that the CVE shows up. Oops. That should take a second. And then we'll kick off another build at the same time. All right. Scanning. Let's, yeah, we can exit out of there. Cool. Let's kick off the other build while the scan happens. Oh. Cool. Gradle 8. Yeah. All right. So there's the high. So when that build finishes, we should see that it's fixed in -R1 if all of this goes according to plan. The PR has been fired up. Let's get the PR fired up over to Wolfie as well. And what was that GHSA? Sent.
Sig store.
Yeah, get sign.
Oh, get sign.
Yeah.
Like Billy's get sign?
Yeah.
Nice. How close are we to integrating the little verification for the signatures?
We use it on a bunch of our repos.
Right. Oh, sorry. I mean, like GitHub.
Doing it natively?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We have a GitHub app that we have. You can use it for free if you want to. You can just enable it on an org and it'll verify commit signatures.
Nice.
We have it. Let me find it. We have it on the chain guard repos. Let's see, images. Let's find a PR here. This one. All checks have passed. Oh, maybe we don't have it here. Here we go. We have it on chain guard dev. Yeah. So many.
Oh, can you get Dependabot to sign them?
Yeah, well, Dependabot signs theirs with a PGP key that GitHub has. But yeah, so it's right here, that commit signing thing.
And this enforce will.
Yeah, so it checks the signature. Yeah, you can also, in your config, you can allow list a PGP key. And so we have GitHubs in there. Yeah, so this one's got the whole thing. Who signed it, the issuer, the email, nice. All that fun stuff. So you can configure a policy in the repo for what signatures are accepted as well.
So contributors are required to use Sigstore. Nice.
Yeah, and then you can allow the Dependabot stuff. I don't know where it is. Maybe it's in here. Yeah. So see, we have the GitHub. They have their GPG key published. And so we allow anything with these two issuers, but you can restrict it even farther if you want to. And then, yeah, that static key from GitHub we allow.
Oh, you don't have to like inject the full key in there?
Yeah, I don't know. There's some magic, I guess, that just goes and downloads it.
What if they change it?
I guess they would change this so that it makes it work. But that's why GPG is terrible.
No, I mean, what if they change the key without changing the URL?
Well, yeah, that makes it so that all of this would continue to work correctly because we would just fetch it again.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's like a mutable reference.
Yeah, exactly. But all that check really does is proves that it's really GitHub Actions and not or Dependabot and not some other imposter.
Yeah.
Dependabot with a 0 in the name or something like that.
Dependaboot.
Dependaboat. Well, that was fun. We contributed to Gradle.
Well, we attempted. We'll see what happens.
Have you ever contributed to Gradle?
I found some issues. I found like
so no.
I was doing something weird and Gradle crashed, but yeah. I mean, like I shouldn't have been doing that, but I don't think it should have crashed. You know?
Did they fix it, or did they just tell you?
They did. Yeah, they fixed it. Well, I talked to them a lot because Sigstore Java and Gradle work together closely, and Maybe Central. Yeah.
Maybe they'll take my PR then.
Hopefully. I mean, we want CVs fixed everywhere, so.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, we got a CV patch in Java. This was fun. Thanks for explaining Gradle to me. Thanks for teaching me all of this stuff. Next time you can patch something and I'll watch and tell you you're doing everything wrong.
I'm not going to do your job for you, Dan.
I can only dream.
This was fun, though.
Yeah. Let's give this another minute just for full validation and closure. How close are we? It's been running for a while. I don't want to give up and then have it fail right after. It's running in CI as well on a much bigger machine. I built it locally on ARM64 and CI. It's going to build on that, but also x86. We do this fun GitHub self-hosted runner thing, and we use the GCP ARM machines. So thank you, Google.
You're welcome, I guess.
Are there any CVs and distro lists we should look at while we're here?
No, because we why you got to do that? Debian patches them. We'll patch them in directly.
Yeah, Debian probably patched the SSH ones by now. Actually, let's look it up.
Yeah, they do a pretty decent job.
What is the CVE for Terrapin attack? We want to
just do security.
There we go. What is drop there? Yeah. All right. Let's pull this up. Oh no. There's a lot of red on here. So it's been fixed in SID. Which one is SID? Is that the good one?
SID is like the one after. It's the non-current.
I see.
It's like the next, but it's always called SID. And,
yeah. Docker pull Debian. Let's see.
Yeah, they like to.
So it's not showing up here, but maybe SSH just isn't in this image.
Isn't it?
Not by default.
No.
Let's see.
Oh, yeah, SSH.
No.
Sorry. Yeah. I thought SSL.
No, yeah. SSH. So yeah, it's not in there, but
it's just all the clients and all the servers, both of them.
Basically, yeah, it's a protocol level thing, so both clients and servers have to fix it. Yeah, so Go has an SSH implementation that's out of Go in the x/crypto library. So we have to bump a ton of Go packages to pick up that fix and then rebuild them. Fun times. That's some
automation. I thought you automatically. Oh yeah.
Okay. It's just you still have to rebuild as you go up.
Yeah.
We have this cool. I'll show it to you. It's this little declarative thing to make sure that Go packages are at a certain version during the build. So these are all the ones that we have to bump in Argo, for example, to patch things. And so here's the x/crypto one that just got added yesterday.
Is it like at least or?
Yeah, directly? Well, it'll bump to that version or higher. But then if the upstream project fixes it by themselves and updates that version or higher, the build will fail. So we'll never downgrade, and you have to go remove that when that happens. But we'll bump it to that version or higher. Like it's possible that bumping OTel to this version would require crypto to be 18 or something like that if it came out.
Yeah.
But yeah, the OTel ones are always a pain. Awesome, the build worked. Wolfie Cuddle scan. Gradle R1. This should take a little bit, and then we should see that CV went away, and then we can call it a day. Thank you for your consulting.
Do you have to knack anything, or?
Yeah, so we don't necessarily have to, but it is still a good idea. So actually, yeah, let's go ahead and do that. We don't knack it. What we'll do is we'll mark it as fixed, and I can explain why that happens in a second.
Yeah, because your version is not a real version, right? I mean, it's not published. Yeah.
So, okay, yeah, so I'll show actually some scanner stuff here, which is actually pretty interesting. So if you do gripe, chain guard, Gradle, this should show the vulnerability. We've done that a couple times. Something weird happened. Anyway, take a look in a second. It'll show this here, right? If we do Trivy, for example, because what gripe does is it actually cracks open the jar that it finds, looks at the manifest, sees that this is in here, and then looks up the vulnerability database and sees that it's present. Trivy just looks at our security feed. So Trivy should not actually show that vulnerability, if I understand correctly. Let's see what happens. Ooh, big database and download. Maybe it is going to do something special for Java, actually, because it's downloading a Java-specific DB. But either way, what we'll have to do here is github.com advisories. We'll have to add an entry in here to mark when we fixed it. So we're not going to be knacking it. What we're going to say is there's going to be an entry down in here for that GHSA. And then it'll say which version we fixed it in. So it's not really a knack. It's just updating that. And that'll cause some scanners to silence it, but it also causes some scanners to then go and report that it was vulnerable in those older versions. So some scanners don't know it's actually vulnerable until we tell it that the thing has been fixed.
It's been fixed.
Yeah. So.
And they're all aware of your database of advisories or whatever.
Yeah. The ones for DistroList are doing that same thing, except they're looking at that Debian page that I just showed you, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, for Node and some of the stuff we don't get from Debian, the scanners will go like look for matching files and then directly report to where it thinks it should.
Right. Yeah, for some of the language level stuff, a lot of them do that. Let me just throw this into an image and we can play with it quick. Cool, so now we're actually going to get a Docker image using APKO with that stuff inside of it. I wonder what Trivy's doing. Oh, there's no busy box in there. Let's do.
You have Git on them already?
Nah, this is just a scratch one, basically. Hey, oh yeah, we need. There we go. I'll just add the package manager. Look how fast we're building images.
It's very nice.
It's a bunch of caching work that John Johnson Jr. put in to make it so fast.
John Johnson, that's my man.
Yeah.
Stole him from us.
Is it this? Yeah, awesome. So now we're going to get us some Java. See linked into the right place. Hey, Gradle works. Awesome. Right on time. So thanks, everyone. We got the build up. We got CI passing. We got our PR sent upstream. Great work. hopefully they will merge our PR too. Thanks. That's all we have for today on the stream. See you next time.
See you, Dan.